Carriers today are looking for third-party systems for ease of use. They provide phone numbers, they provide driver's license numbers, to pre-fill and fill out data entry components so that an end user doesn't have to, speeding up that ability to see if you're going to turn around that piece of business or not. They're also providing ease of use for maintenance for agents, automatically running MVRs, automatically providing downloads to those agency systems so that they don't also have to data entry that on their side to be able to maintain that data. It's really becoming, again, something that used to be a competitive advantage is now becoming something that you have to be competitive in the marketplace. The complexities of getting these new interfaces to be implemented and meet the needs of a customer are, number one, working with these data providers, getting that initial data security set up, the back-end systems to be able to accept the data, and then eventually showing the data to that user, but showing it in a way that doesn't violate security principles, for example, that a lot of these third-party data providers have. So not only do you have to have a back-end system that provides the ability to retrieve and store the data, you have to have a front-end system that can adequately meet the needs of a security disclosure or mask the data in such a way that you're not opening up a security risk. So some examples of where this didn't work out well is recently there have been breaches both via credit card information, for example, which is something nobody wants to store anymore. But you've also got places where a lot of companies are requiring social security numbers for credit ordering and driver's license numbers for MVR. And that's something that a lot of people don't want to give out, and they definitely don't want to see it on the system after they've entered it and the report has been ordered. So you want to see that masked. Have had companies in the past that have displayed that information, and the data vendors have actually cut them off from being able to retrieve those reports when they were done poorly. The business impact of doing this right is twofold. Number one, your customer, whether that be agency or consumer, ease of use and just your interaction with them becomes a lot speedier and a lot more efficient and effective. Secondly, you get data that allows you to adjust your rates depending on the risk. Things like MVR reports, credit score, the new location verifications for risk on hurricanes. All of these things build into reducing your risk as a company while being able to provide that support to the customer and not having to have them re-enter everything from the start. The best companies today are integrating with the data providers. They're getting, not only are they providing data to those data providers, but they're getting that data back, which is often a requirement from these data providers. They're setting up the ability to interface with those companies without having to do manual processes that causes an increase of staff or a manual process. Secondly, a lot of these companies are implementing more integrations to identify places where their risks are such that they don't want to take part in that business because of hurricane risks, wind risks, credit risks, even to the point that they're able to adjust their rates and give better rates for the types of risks they're looking for.